everybody, in this video we're talking about arithmetic and geometric sequences. We'll look at spotting patterns, building explicit formulas, and telling the two sequences apart. To get started, let's look at this very small sequence 2 and 4 and try to answer the question, what comes next? There are two options you might think of. Option A is the number 6, option B is the number 8. And here both are correct, it just depends on the rule generating the pattern. We have two answers for two types of sequences. We could add a constant or we could multiply by a constant. The first choice is to add 2 to each step. Sequences that are about adding the same number and over are called arithmetic. So in our example, we would go from 2 to 4 to 6 to 8 to 10 and continue forever. The repeated addition of a constant is denoted by the letter D for difference. So in our example, our common difference D is equal to 2. Notice that each term is the previous term plus a fixed number D. Our second option was to multiply each term by 2. So we would go from 2 to 4 to 8 to 16 to 32 and again continue forever. When we multiply, we call this a common ratio and use the letter R for notation. Each term is the previous term multiplied by a fixed number r, which in this case was 2. So before we get to an explicit formula, let's look at a recursive view. A recursive sequence is a sequence in which each term is defined using one or more previous terms. In this case, we're going to take our previous term and add 2. So we take 2 and add 2 to get 4. We take 4 and add 2 to get 6. We take 6 and add 2 to get 8, and we take 8 and add 2 to get 10. We can write this as a sub n is equal to a sub n minus 1 plus d, where we have to know some kind of initial condition like a1. The recursive formula is helpful for understanding the pattern, but is inefficient in the big picture. Say we wanted to find a sub 100. That would require us to have a sub 1, a sub 2, a sub 3, all the way up to a sub 99 so that we can add the difference to get a sub 100. This is why we need explicit formulas. An explicit formula is a rule that allows you to find any term of a sequence directly from its index without needing to know the previous terms. So let's walk through the steps to build an explicit formula. We'll start by unrolling the recursion starting with a sub 1 is 2 and a difference of 2. After we had the first term of 2, we added our difference d. So we have 2 plus d. To get to the next term, we added 2 again. So now we've added d twice. So we have 2 plus 2d. The next term again adds 2, which means now we have 2 plus 3d. Continuing this pattern, you can see that we're always starting with the first term, and then we're adding the difference n minus 1 times. This means we could write our explicit formula as a sub n is equal to a1 plus n minus 1 times the difference. For our particular example, our first term was 2 and our difference was 2. So a sub n would be 2 plus n minus 1 times 2. We can expand that to get 2 plus 2n minus 2, then cancel the 2 and negative 2 to just get 2n. So if we wanted to find a sub 100, we would simply multiply 2 times 100 to get 200. Sequences that have a common ratio between terms are called geometric. Here, we're multiplying the previous term times 2. So 2 times 2 is 4, 4 times 2 is 8, 8 times 2 is 16, and 16 times 2 is 32. We could write our recursive definition as a sub n is equal to a sub n minus 1 times r, where again we need to know a sub 1 so we have a place to get started. So let's walk through the steps of building the explicit formula for our example. Starting with our first term of 2, we multiply by 2, which is multiplying by our ratio r. Then to get our third term, we multiply by 2 again, which means now we have 2 times r squared. The next term means we're going to multiply by another 2, which is another power of our ratio. What we see is a general pattern. A sub n will be equal to 2 times 2 to the n minus 1. To say that for any first term in any ratio, we would write a sub n is equal to a sub 1 times r to the n minus 1. Going back to our sequence, where a sub 1 is 2 and the ratio is 2, we have 2 times 2 to the n minus 1. Because our bases are the same, we can add the exponents. So 1 plus n minus 1 just gives us a power of n. That says if we wanted to find a sub 10, we would find 2 to the 10, which is 1024. So let's talk about how to tell which family a sequence belongs to. Is it arithmetic or is it geometric? Let's look at the consecutive terms and either find the difference or the ratio, then find the next 3 terms of the sequence. So what we're looking for is how are we getting from the first term to the second term to the third term? Are we adding a number or are we multiplying by a number? To get from 3 to 7, we can see we added 4. Then from 7 to 11, we added 4 again. This tells us that we have an arithmetic sequence with a difference of 4. To get the next 3 terms, we're going to add 4 3 more times. So 19 plus 4 is 23, plus 4 is 27, plus 4 is 31. Looking at our second example, to get from 5 to 15, we multiplied by 3. Then to get from 15 to 45, we multiplied by 3 again. This shows us we have a geometric sequence with a ratio of 3. To get the next 3 terms, we're going to multiply by 3. 135 times 3 is 405, times 3 is 1215, then times 3 one more time is 3645. If you have a sequence where differences and ratios change, the sequence is neither arithmetic nor geometric, and we'll talk about that in other videos. Let's try finding an explicit formula for the sequence 3, 7, 11, 15, 19. Then after we find a sub n, we'll find a sub 20. The first thing we want to do is identify a sub 1 and the difference d. We can see that a sub 1 is 3, and because we just did this example, we know the difference is 4. Next, we need to apply our explicit formula. And as a reminder, that's a sub n is a1 plus n minus 1 times d. So we'll plug in 3 for a1 and we'll plug in 4 for d. Now we have 3 plus n minus 1 times 4. We're going to expand and simplify. We get 3 plus 4n minus 4, which becomes 4n minus 1. Now that we have a nice formula, we can evaluate when n equals 20. A sub 20 will be 4 times 20 minus 1, which simplifies to be 79. Let's try that with the geometric formula. This time we have the sequence 3, 12, 48, 192, and we want to find a sub n and a sub 8. We can see that a1 is 3. If we look from term to term, you can see that we're multiplying by 4. Now we'll apply the explicit formula. That says a sub n is a1 times r to the n minus 1, or in our case, 3 times 4 to the n minus 1. Notice you cannot simplify. The 3 and the 4 can't be combined because order of operation says you first do the exponent before you multiply. Let's evaluate when n is equal to 8. This gives us 3 times 4 to the 7th, which is 3 times 16,384, or 49,152. To finish up, let's do a quick side-by-side comparison of arithmetic and geometric sequences. For arithmetic sequences, the rule says that you add a common difference of d between terms. In geometric sequences, you're multiplying by a common ratio, r. The recursive formula for arithmetic is an is a sub n minus 1 plus d, and for geometric, the recursive formula is a sub n equals a sub n minus 1 times r. The explicit formula for arithmetic is a sub n is a1 plus n minus 1 times d, and for geometric, the explicit formula is a sub n is a1 times r to the n minus 1. And if we think about the graphs, arithmetic will give us a linear graph where geometric will be exponential.